Welcome back everyone, this is MandoAllDay, back to another video, and in this video, I'll be doing an overview of Batman Gotham Knights, Gilded City. I'll be talking about a little bit of the story, the art, and of course, if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look in front of the dust jacket, the spine, the back, show you a full spread image of the art. On the dust jacket, sorry for the glare. Alright, put this to the side, front of the book, the spine, the back. I'm going to show you a full spread image of the art. Alright, now let's take a look at what's inside. So, what is this book about? So the book starts off with the people of Gotham going crazy and start looting, getting into fights, rioting, and so forth. Come to find out that people are infected by a mysterious virus. The story progresses, and come to find out that the virus isn't really new. It does have a history, which I'll talk about that in a bit. So Batman and the Gotham Knights, which consists of Red Hood, Batgirl, Robin, and Nightwing, come together, work together to, one, find an antidote for this virus, but more importantly, try to save Gotham while all this chaos and hectic things are going on. That is the gist of the story, or stories I should say, because there's two different stories in here. The first one is going to be in the present time, which is the Gotham Knights, and the second story is going to be back in 1800s, which basically is like the history of the virus. So it's two stories in one. And it goes back and forth. And at one point of the book, it does kind of connect and it all makes sense. With that said, I actually enjoy this book. Is it one of like the best stories of all time? Absolutely not, no. It's not a great story. It's not a good story. It's more of like, if you're bored and you want to read something simple, straight to the point, this is it. I actually had a good time with it. It's an entertaining book. It does have some issues here and there, but for the most part, as mentioned, it's an entertaining book. The story itself, I've said it before and I'll say it again. The premise is simple. You can have a simple premise, but it's how you tell your version of that premise or story. It's how you go from point A to point B. And this book, very simple premise. Like I said, basically the book is about a virus and now they have to work and create some kind of antidote for the virus. How many times have you heard something like that? And so the premise is simple, but just the writing, it's a bit weak. It's not horrible, it's just weak. Because there are some moments on here where I think the writer really wanted to have like an impact on people, but unfortunately it doesn't really stick. It's not bad, like I said, it's just kind of like, okay, whatever. Like there are some moments where it's supposed to be like really thoughtful and some of it deep, but it just doesn't stick its landing, and that's the unfortunate part. Because everything else, it's fine, it's enjoyable, and I had a good time with it, but it's nothing amazing or anything like that. So just keep your expectations low, you should be fine, have a good time with it. Some of the banter is a little bit off. For instance, Nightwing on here, he starts off being rude, unnecessarily rude to Batman for no particular reason. They just have some anger issues between each other, which doesn't make any sense because this is actually a, what do you call it, a prequel to the Gotham Knights video game. And so I remember playing that game, but I don't remember Nightwing having some kind of issues with Batman. So I'm a bit confused on that. It's nothing bad, it's just something that's like, wait, what? Why is Nightwing like this? But then again, I haven't played the game in quite some time, so maybe I missed something. But anyway, so this is a prequel to the game. So if you like the game, you're obviously going to have a good time with this. As I mentioned, the story isn't bad. It doesn't really hook you. And that's where I have a little bit of my issues with this book, to where it just doesn't hook you. It doesn't really go like grab your attention. Some moments are pretty interesting. Some surprises, not really, because if you read comics, you can see the ending right away. Like maybe a quarter into this book, I'm like, okay, this person's going to be this character, and this is going to be the outcome. And I was right. Which again, it's nothing bad. It's just predictable. It's a very simple story with a simple premise. There are some parts where it's like unintentional funny. For instance, there's one part of the book where Nightwing and Red Hood, they're teaming up, fighting some enemies, some goons, and in the middle of the fight scene, they're having a conversation, and they're literally giving away their secret identity. It's like, hello, there's enemies there, there's enemies there. I kid you not, they're literally saying like, oh, did you something with Bruce? No, Barbara Gordon and James Gordon did this and that. Oh, Bruce knows about the history. All the, like, you're giving away your secret identity. It's not bad. It's just like, you want to keep it secret. You want to not say your real names, aka hence why you have your code names such as Batgirl or Commissioner or Batman. But they're literally having a conversation in the middle of a fight scene with goons all around. It's not bad. It's just one of those like, are you sure you want to say all this? But it's alright. Paper quality is matte, which it's fine for this particular art. To be completely honest, the art is okay. It's fine. It's passable. The pacing is about average. Sometimes it does dip below average, but for the most part, it's about average. Prior knowledge, do you need anything? No, not really. You can just buy this book, start reading it. You're perfectly fine. The only prior knowledge you'll need is just essentially Batman characters. So overall, what I think about this book, like I said, the book is fine. It's entertaining. If you're bored, you have nothing to do, check this out. You'll have a good time. And again, it's an entertaining book. Anything else? Not really. This is not really in-depth story. This is not really like thought-provoking. This is just one of those books to where they had an idea of making a prequel comic to the video game. Had a writer put some like story blocks here and there, put it into one book, and here you go. This is what you have. It's not bad. It's not great. No, it's not good. It's like right in the middle, but it's slightly just above that middle ground to where I can say I give it a low thumbs up type of book where, again, if you're bored, check this out. Once again, what do I give the Gotham Knight or Batman Gotham Knights Gilded City hardcover? I give it a low thumbs up. Let me know what you guys think. Have you read this book? Do you plan on reading this book? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. This includes an overview of Batman Gotham Knights, a Gilded City hardcover, and on to the next one.